Gunshots rang out. Beaver Creek police say two officers shot 22-year-old John Crawford III of
New
Fairfield.
chief says the police shooting that killed a homeless man in the foothills is justified. The video shows the suspect turning away as officers fire.
Two new videos surfaced today in the shooting death of a young man New Year's Day at an East Bay BART station by a BART police officer.
The daughter of a shoplifting suspect shot by the Memphis police is speaking out tonight. An officer using possible excessive force on her father after he was shot.
I got my hands up! Don't shoot, it's the home of the brave. Walk the streets, am I free or just a modified slave? Filled with the poison of deceit and the concoction of rage. Rat races at the end, but I'm still locked in a cage. I remember it like yesterday, November 4th, 2008. Swagger on 10, celebrate a black president. But I didn't know it's for the next 8 years this country would show its stripes with this hate so clear. Color lines being defined, racist shouts out more. But everybody is a gangster behind the keyboard. Trolls. What's the meaning if you love me? Say you love me, but you don't. You love in quiet while I'm crucified in public. No, Mr. O'Reilly, I wish you were silent. You truly understand the privilege of not growing in violence. But you want your voice represents the hate they are spraying. And the fact your voice is all that matters proves what I'm saying. America.
Outrage and backlash over an incendiary comment about the President of the United States.
Murder indictment against Raymond Tenzing, who was a University of Cincinnati police officer for the murder of Samuel.
The video shows Freddie Gray minutes after his initial arrest.
Now the question surrounding the death of a 28-year-old woman in a Texas jail.
I got my hands up. It's open season and it's spreading around that I can kill a black man if I'm standing my ground. Society has been brainwashed and fed images that we all come from the same cloth and all savages. That's why I go to the store for candy and tea, and months later my murder plays out on TV. It's justified. Put the man away, it's just as it seems. He didn't shoot an unarmed kid and leave him dead in the streets for no reason. Come on, homie, George is better than that. Plus the kid had on a hood and his pants was all sad. Whatever, I guess you tell us anything, we must accept it. We ain't making the rules, we coming in this helpless. We cast a ballot for change, thinking this would set us. We shouted yes we can, but found out only if they let us. We walk around pretending everything's fine, but being trapped inside the matrix has us losing our mind. America.
Officially coming down from the St. Louis County prosecutor, no indictment on any charge whatsoever.
12-year-old Jamir Rice was shot and killed by
State
police.
of Florida versus George Zimmerman.
America.
We, the jury, find George Zimmerman not guilty. So say we all for
A
person.
woman walking, then confronted by a CHP officer who, for an unknown reason, takes her to the ground and almost hurt with his fists. We counted at least 11 times.
Hubert can articulate. He fired on the unarmed victim, 35-year-old LeVar Jones, who was struck in the hip.
An eyewitness now contradicting
America.
the police version of yesterday's confrontation in the Catholic school parking lot that ended with the death of 54-year-old Patricia Cook.
Anger and impatience growing tonight in Saginaw, Michigan over the fatal shooting of a man by
America.
It appeared to be a firing squad dressed in police uniform.
The police officer who shot dead an unarmed teenager in the U.S. town of Ferguson has
America.
Supposedly, we're the masters and they're the servants. But you know, in Ferguson, they're telling people to back off 25 feet in this zone. They're violating their free speech rights. You have a right to walk up to a civil servant and say,
America.
"Sir, why are you doing this? Why are you here?" They're pointing guns at people and chasing them away.
When the lights go out and I go out in the street and I give
America.
the most dangerous moment I ever have in my life is when a police officer pulls me over. Every black man in America knows that when that happens, there's actually a possibility his life may come to an end.
I got my hands on the alarm. Another soul is dying. Whoa. Hey. Asking myself, is it routine to get pulled over while black? A good cop gone bad, what's so routine about that? Keep calm, no sudden movements, that's that black boy lesson. Boss hog coming up with them black boy questions.
Where you work, any weapons, you're acting bizarre. Keep your hands where I can see them and step out of the car.
But I answered all your questions, Mr. Officer, please. But Mr. Officer don't care that I got 3 degrees. He just wants me out of the car and down on my knees. Arm bar around my neck and he ain't thinking about peace. This man sees me as a threat and he just wants me to seize. Somebody pick up a phone and send a message for me, please. Call my parents and brother, America. Tell my wifey I love her. Call my daughter, say Jazzy, Daddy, be watching above you. Make sure they show me in a positive way. Make sure that nobody loots or burns or stolen my name. Make sure there's no cover up. Make sure they try to indict. Make sure we march and protest over the stuff that's not right. Make sure we walk hand in hand, all races and colors. Make sure we never give up so this won't happen to another. And if somebody's taping this, make sure my death is just when they tell my story, tell them that I had my hands up. America.
Put your hand behind your back.